Hi, this is George Alger, and welcome to another segment of Our Ventura TV. Today I'm speaking with Dan Bruce, who is the counseling chairman for the Ventura County chapter of SCORE. Welcome, Dan.
Glad to see you.
Good. So let's start out with the most fundamental question. What is SCORE?
SCORE is made up of entrepreneurs, business people, chief executive officers, accountants, attorneys, who are donating their time and services to helping individuals that are in business or willing to start a business accomplish getting over the little humps that are out there as far as licenses and permits and business plans and all the things that it takes to make a business. We're affiliated with the Small Business Development Corporation, or
Small Business Administration.
Small SBA, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They were founded in 1964. It's grown to where we have over 11,000 members. We have 400 chapters approximately throughout the United States and growing all the time, especially in today's economy where a lot of people are leaving their jobs, breaking into businesses, so we're there to help.
This is great. And what is the acronym SCORE mean?
Service Corps of Retired Executives. I don't know if that's really so true today. Years ago, it was made up of primarily retired people like myself, but today we have a lot of individuals that are still active in business and want to still contribute and donate their services. So even though it has a relationship to retired people, it's made up of everybody else. And by the way, I forgot to mention our services. There's no cost for our services.
Wow. This is a heck of a benefit.
I think it's a great benefit. We offer something that every business really needs, and that's somebody to be able to talk to once in a while.
Now, whether the counselors are retired or not, they're volunteers. Is that the case?
Exactly.
Okay. So they're volunteering their experiences and insights into business to help. Is it just brand new business people, or is it anybody? How's that work?
Oh, no. In fact, probably initially it was probably more businesses or people that were in business rather than people starting businesses. Today it's probably reversed itself only because a lot of people have been thinking about going into business but never did because they were gainfully employed, etc. And now that there's so many layoffs and people that could be out of work, it motivates them to say, maybe this is a good time to get into business. So it's for both sides.
Good. And I've been to one of the expos for SCORE, so I was impressed with all the different seminars that were being offered for free. It was quite a resource. And how often do these expos, I'm not even sure I'm using the right term, but how often do these get-togethers occur?
Well, typically the large seminars are about 3 times a year. In fact, we're holding one next week, which is probably our late summer seminar. It's based on social networking, different types of things, but most of the time it's on how to start your own business. And we have another one coming up later in the year, and our annual probably around May, near the end of May. We try to hold it in different cities in Ventura County. The last one we held was in Oxnard. Now we've got one coming up in Thousand Oaks at the post office on the 23rd of August, which I don't know if you want to use that date right now because you may see it on TV a little late, but if they just go to www.score, they'll be able to pick this up at any time as far as when these dates are.
Yeah, so they can find when the next one is
Exactly.
for them at whatever time they're watching.
They're in different subjects of interest. We bring business people in, corporate presidents, bankers, touch on all subjects that have to do with the problems of starting a business and running a business. So it's quite a project, and the last one we held, we had over 450, 500 people. So we get a lot of people in attendance, and again, it's free. So if people want to take advantage of it, it's going to be a big plus for them.
That is great. And the seminars that I saw were varied, and I think they had to do with marketing, some social networking, internet stuff, raising capital, legal issues. I may not even have covered them all, but I remember those were some of the topics that were addressed. So it was you know, very pertinent information for
Yeah, you
businesses.
have people that want to start businesses. You need a business plan.
Right, right.
Financials, legal, as far as corporations, so that I have approximately 20 active counselors in Ventura County, even though I can draw on, we have right around 60 members of our chapter, so everybody in the chapter is really qualified to sit down with anyone, but when I say active, I'm talking about on almost an ongoing basis as far as being ready to counsel someone. And typically what I try to do is, being the counseling chairman, because there's so many different areas of expertise needed, and there's so many things that a particular counselor has as far as skills, it's pretty hard to define it down to one thing. So when I get a request for someone to be counseled, I try to look at what their questions are, what they'd like help from SCORE in, and then I try to pick out a counselor that matches that as well and as close as we can. And of course, we work out of most of the chambers in Ventura County, but we can work out of hotels, coffee shops, wherever it's convenient to be able to help someone, so you don't have to worry about driving 100 miles, et cetera. We're there to help.
Good. Now, let's lay out a path for someone who's watching this on how they could connect up and get involved with SCORE. What would be their first step, for instance?
All they have to do is, as I mentioned, tap into www.score.org, and they'll get all the instructions they need as far as how to register with us, and that registration is forwarded on to me. I will then make contact with them, and I usually jump on this thing within 24 hours. That doesn't mean I necessarily have a counselor available at that particular time, but I usually get them booked in within about a week. So people are a little surprised at how fast we jump on these things, but we know that people, they're anxious. They want to get started, and we want to help. So I will make the phone call. I will make the appointment for them. And all they have to do is come down and spend an hour. As I mentioned, there's no charge. We will mentor with them and stay with them as long as they need the help. If they need legal help, I'll get our SCORE attorney involved. No charge again for that hour. If they need a business plan, I've got a CPA. So we've got men of every kind of background, and ladies, that are really skilled at everything that's necessary to get a business off the ground. But not only starting a new business, I think there's a reluctancy on a lot of people that are in business to reach out for whatever reason, I don't know. But like large corporations that have boards of directors, even though we can't be on your board, they should utilize us as a board of directors, because we can come up with advice where when you're trying to make a decision on your own, you're looking at things emotionally, and you need a lot more objectivity. So we're not going to make the decisions. It's up to the individual to make that decision, but it's going to be a lot easier for them. Somebody wants to get into business, they need business loans. How do they approach the banks? How do you build that business plan? What things to avoid? It's a little rough out there. It's not easy, but if you can get some guidance and avoid the pitfalls that are out there, you got a chance for success. And we've started a lot of businesses, and that's what the name of the game is. America is built on small businesses, so if you got the proper help behind you, you've got a chance to succeed. And I don't know the exact average, but I think that after 2 years of being in business, the people that have been started with SCORE are still in business. Now that's a pretty good start.
That's a great start. So then if someone were to approach SCORE, approach you, if they're in the Ventura County area, it's possible they'll have a counselor they're going to be able to speak with in about a week, and or at least scheduled within a week, I should say, and then...
And probably will be seen in a week.
Okay.
We've, as I said, jump on it right away. I gave someone that called from Ojai yesterday, and they had a manufacturing problem, don't know what to do next. I got on my computer, turned it over to my manufacturing specialist. He got on the phone and they're already meeting Friday. So that's the thing that really surprises people, that we're not sitting there waiting and holding hands. We're there to solve problems. So we'll try to get everybody booked, and within 10 days, usually they're seen.
Okay. So this is great. So in terms of the amount of time that a person who's viewing this might expect to benefit from this help, is there a time limit on it, or it can go on indefinitely?
As long as they live.
Okay.
We have people that are still being counseled after many, many years. That's the one thing nice about getting a mentor. You're able to utilize that individual and follow their career, how their business is doing. And not everybody takes advantage of it, but there are a lot of people that do. So as much help as they need, we're here to do. We're not here to cut off any hour and say that you finished. The only one that you'd have a problem with in that respect, if you wanted free counseling from an attorney on an ongoing basis, you can expect that would be a problem. So we can advise, and that's basically what we're there to do.
Good. Okay, well, we're just about out of time. Is there a summating message you'd like to convey to the viewers here regarding SCORE?
Well, I think the only thing that I'd like to convey is we have contributed our time because we want to help. But it's up to the individual to take advantage. You have to reach out. Don't sit there with problems. That doesn't mean that necessarily all the problems are going to be solved, but at least you got somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And evaluate these kinds of things. And again, the bulk of the people we talk to are more than satisfied with the help they do get. So without that help, it makes it a lot rougher out there. So we welcome anybody that wants to get started in business or has problems in their business. Take advantage of the expertise of people that have been involved in every kind of operation you can think of. We're talking about government, we're talking about aerospace, we're talking about manufacturing, import, export, you name it. You can't just take the road by yourself. You have to be able to have people assist you, avoid all the pitfalls that are out there, and there's plenty of them out there.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by, Dan, and also I'd just like to extend a word of gratitude for what you and all the SCORE counselors are doing by volunteering your time to help businesses. So thank you.
And thank you.
All right, well, this is George Alger wrapping up another segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we see you again.